Hi there, this is my final video number 8 on the circle chapter. If you've watched all of these so far, well done. So we're at the end, we're now doing some problem solving questions, and these all can involve a wee bit of stepping out. Now they don't cover every circle problem question, alright? It's just a couple that I'm looking at that specifically use that stepping out method, and some people are really good at it, some people really do struggle. So here is my first example. So I'm just going to go straight in and work through a couple of examples. So it's always about circles touching of different sizes and things like that. So let's look at the image. So the circle centre A has this equation. We're told the coordinate of B, we're told that radius B is 3 times that of radius A, and that radius C is double radius A. Alright? So find the equation of the circle centre C. Now my first thing is, let's go get the centre and radius of circle A. Right, so circle A. Let's look at this. Circle A has a centre. Half of 8 changes sign is -4. Half of -6 changes sign is 3. And its radius is the square root. It's going to be 16 squared. 4 squared, which is 16. 3 squared, which is 9, and minus 12. 16 plus 9 is 25, take away 12 is 13, so root 13. Okay, right, I need to draw this a little bit bigger, so I'm going to enlarge my picture. So I've just enlarged it so I can put a wee bit more information on it. So let's put on what we know. We know that circle A has a radius of root 13. Oops a daisy, let's get to pen. So this has a radius of root 13. Right? Now it tells us that radius C is double, this bit here tells us that radius C is double radius A. So the radius of C will be 2 root 13. Okay. And then it tells us that radius B is 3 times radius A. So this will be 3 root 13. And 3 root 13 here. And a little root 13. Oh dear. I can't get the 13 to go in there. Right. Okay, so that's what I've got so far. It says find the equation of the circle with centre C. So we already know the radius for circle C. What we need to do is try and get this coordinate. So they've told us that B is the coordinate 8 minus 5. Okay. And we know that A is the coordinate of -4, 3. So we need to get down to C. Right, so the gap from A to B was 4 root 13. So I'm going to do a wee bit of rubbing out and just put in some diameters instead, okay? So from A to B was 4 root 13. That's not the rubber. So we're going to rub this bit out. It's not letting me rub out my ink. It's going with a different colour pen. So this distance here from A to B is 4 root 13. And the distance from B to C is 5 root 13. Alright. So, what we need to do is have a look at like what our little steps are in terms of units. So see, to go from your -4 to 8, on your x coordinates from A to B, that is a gap of 12. If you divide that by 4, you get that one part is 3, right? So A to B, the way I look at it is A to B is 4 parts, but B to C is 5 parts. I've worked out that one part is the equivalent of 3 units. So 5 parts would be 15 units. So to get to C, I'm going to have to do 8 plus 15 for my x coordinate. And then I'll do the same for the y's. For the y's, to go from 3 to -5 is a gap of 8. And that was 4 units. Divide that by 4 gives me 2. So each kind of step or part or share is worth 2. I need to go 5 shares because this ratio is 4 to 5 we're using. So if each share is 2, I need to go 5 shares, so I need to go 10. And I'm going 3 to 5, so I'm going down. So I need to do -5 down 10. So the centre of C is 8 plus 15 is 23. minus 15. And I know the radius for C was 2 root 13. So I can now go get my equation. And I can say the equation is x minus 23 all squared. I'm going to use the nice equation I like at the beginning. Plus with the opposite signs. So y plus 15 all squared equals, now 2 root 13 all squared. Square the 2 would give you 4. Square the 13, the root 13 would give you 13. So 4 times 13 is 52. There is my equation of circle C. And it's bringing in like sharing in a given ratio a wee bit. It is tricky, and if you see it, well done. Let's do some more. Okay, so this one we're told about circle A. We're told a coordinate for C. We're told stuff about the radius. We have to find B this time. So my starting point is, let's go look at circle A and get some information out. So circle A has a centre of half of 30 change of sign is minus 15. Half the 14 change of sign is minus 7. Oh, its radius will be big numbers. 15 squared plus 7. No, let's just rub this out. 15 squared will be 225. 7 squared will be 49. And then I have to take away 264. Right, so 225 plus 49 is 274. Take away 264, which is root 10. Okay, let's make my image bigger. So just a reminder, we are after circle B, alright? I'm going to highlight that to show that that's the equation we are after. Okay, let's put some information on. So we now know that A is the point minus 15, minus 7. We know that that C is the point 0, minus 2. We know that radius A is root 10. So let me write this, root 10. Okay, let's go look at the radius now. So it says here that radius A and radius B are the same, so this is also root 10. That's not bad. And this is also root 10. And it says C is double that of radius A, so this would be 2 root 10. Okay, so basically we need to get from either A to B, or we need to get from B to C. In fact, let's have a little look. So we've got, if we look at A to B, in terms of a ratio of B to C, A to B is 2 root 10, so that's a ratio of 2. B to C is 3 root 10, so it's in the ratio 2 to 3. So I'm going to look at the jumps from coordinate A to coordinate C, and I'm going to split the gaps in the ratio 2 to 3, alright? So the x coordinates are a jump of 15. 15 in the split in the ratio 2 to 3 would be dividing it by 5, which is 3. So each part is 3, alright? So to get from A to B, I'm going to have to add on 2 parts of 3. So I'm going to have to add on 6. So the coordinate of B would be minus 15, add on 6. Let's look at the y parts. So the y coordinates are a jump of minus 7 to minus 2, which is a gap of 5. So if I divide that by 5, each kind of part or step would be 1. So from A to B has to be 2 parts, so I have to add on 2 ones. Now it's going from minus 7 up to minus 2, so I'm going to do minus 7, and it's going to be, what did I say, add on 2. So my reckoning is coordinate B is minus 15 plus 6, so minus 9. Minus 7 plus 2 is minus 5. Now I can check this, because I went from A to B, I can go back the way. So I can go back 3 parts. So I'm going to check that I'm going back 3 parts. 3 times 3 is 9. 0 take away 9, I've got the minus 9. If I look at the y jumps again, I said that each part with the y's was 1. And I'm going back 3 parts, so I'm going back 3 minus 2 minus 3 gives me minus 5, so I do have the right coordinate for B. All that's left now is to go get the equation. I know my radius was root 10, so all that's left to do is write my equation. My 10 went missing there. So the equation is, oh, very tight, so I've got x opposite sign, so x plus 9 all squared, plus y plus 5 all squared, equals root 10 all squared, which is just 10. Okay, so again, remember these are not easy. I sometimes have to struggle and I find them really hard to explain sometimes. But yeah, ratio does come in there if you've not done for a long, long while. Okay, let's have a look at another one. Question 5. We're told that circle A has this equation. This probably might be an easy one to start with because there's not as many circles going on. So let's just get the centre for circle A first of all. So my centre is half of 6, change the sign, so positive 3. Half of 4, change the sign, so positive 2. My radius is 3 squared is 9, plus 2 squared is 4, and then it's minus minus 4, so a big old plus 4. So 9 plus 8 is root 17. Okay, so find the equation of circle centre P. Right, what else does it tell us? Let's get this image enlarged. Okay, so we know that B is the point minus 1, 3. Well, let's get the pen on. So B is minus 1, 3. I can't quite get this near the picture, so I'll just put it here. This is B. We know that A is 3, 2. So we need to get P. Right, so the radius of P is 3 times the radius of A. Radius A was root 17. So radius P is 3 root 17. Okay. Now what that means, if I just do it in terms of ratio, this is 3 parts to 1 part. So this is an easy one to have started with. So whatever the jump is from A to B, the jump from B to P is 3 times that. So the jump from A to B is going, if you look at your x's are going back 4. So with P, I'm going to go back 12. So P will be minus 1, go back 12. Then if I look at my y's, the jump is from 2 to 3, so it's going up 1. So from P, I'll start at 3, and then I'll go up. 3 times 1 is 3, so I'll go up 3. So the centre of P is minus 13, 6. My radius is 3 root 17. So all that's left to do now is go get my equation. So the equation is x plus 13 all squared plus y minus 6 all squared equals, now just to remind you, 3 root 17 all squared is 3 times 3 is 9. Root 17 times root 17 is 17, so I have to work out 9 times 17, which is 90 plus 63 is 153. So there is the equation of circle P. Okay, so let's look at an exam one. This was taken from the 2015. There's a wee bit different to this one, so this is why I've put this in. We're told that circle 1, the little circle, has the equation above, and the big circle we're given the centre of, and we're asked to find the radius of the big circle. So let's start by working out the centre and radius of circle 1. So we're going to look at circle 1. Our centre is half of 6 changes sign is minus 3. Half of 10 changes sign is minus 5. Its radius will be 3 squared is 9 plus 5 squared is 25. And then it'll be minus c, so minus 9, which just takes us back to 25. So its radius is 5. So let's get some info on the picture. So this little radius is 5. And the coordinate of centre 1 is minus 3, minus 5. Okay. The centre of this circle is 9, 11. And we have to figure out its radius. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start, let's see the distance between the circles. Let's see if this will take us anywhere. So distance between the centres, from -3 to 9 is a jump of 12, so 12 squared. From -5 to 11 is a jump of 16, so 16 squared. Now, when I type that in, that just gives me 400. So I've got 144 plus 200 and something. I cheated, I went and used my calculator, right? So it gives me a square root of 400, making that distance 20, right? So distance between the centres is 20, which makes little radius 5, makes my big radius 15. Oh my god, I've got it. That's all I had to do. So listen, I don't know what to do going into that one at the first glance, but centres and radiuses, it's all about centres, radiuses and distance between centres. No stepping out involved in that one because only going to the radius of centre 2. There was a part B, but that's not on my question, so we'll worry about that later. Part B might have been to go then get the equation of circle 2, so let's just do that and pretend that was part B. So circle 2 would have given the equation x, it would have been -9 all squared plus y minus 11 all squared equals 20 squared, which is 400. So that would have been the equation of that circle. Listen, if you've stuck with me, well done. This is the final video on circle. All the best. Good luck. Thank you.